Hey Daniel, how you doing, man?
Good, man, good.
Appreciate you letting me come and interview you at your
problem.
gym, man. This is legit. I'll put a video up in a second, but this is a cool spot you got.
Yeah, it's kind of old school bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people and things like that, so you kind of just get in, work out, and get your stuff done and get out.
Yeah, it's legit. How'd you find this place anyways?
One of my coaches, actually.
Yeah.
And then a guy that I know, he owns a gym, and it was kind of just like a old school bodybuilding gym and driving to Metroflex every day.
Okay. And then you decided, I'm going to start this, and here we go.
Yeah.
That's freaking legit. Yeah, I know you can't see us on the podcast, but Daniel wanted me to come interview him in his gym. So it's just this old school, really awesome, what would you call it, rustic, or would you call it character?
I'd say it's old school bodybuilding.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to get a little dirty. You can play loud music. You don't have to have a shirt on. You kind of just get in and whatever you feel. There's no judgment in here.
Yeah, you don't play around at this gym. Okay, so what got you into bodybuilding, man?
In all honesty, it started out of, swimming, being a competitive athlete in high school and stuff like that. And,
Swimming?
And then I just figured out, like, you know what? It's kind of a self-sufficient sport, but more than anything, it's about the accountability.
Okay.
Being cool, being big is cool.
Yeah.
But the focus and the determination of changing your body throughout the years, because it's not an overnight process.
Yeah.
It's a day-to-day thing, and if you want to get better, it kind of draws into your actual life.
Yeah.
If you can follow a guideline and be successful in the gym, I think it correlates to your life, and you can be successful at it as well.
Absolutely. I train a lot of athletes, and I have super respect for bodybuilders because it's a long process, and it's an every single day of your life. With the caloric intake, with the hours in the gym, with the mindset, it's crazy.
Yeah, like you're saying, the intake of the calories, you have to eat twice as much, you have to work out twice as hard.
Yeah.
The people that do want to do it, it's the most selfish sport in the world. So if you're going to do it and you have a relationship, be mindful of that, because it can be strenuous, because it's all about you in the sport. And so you need to be that supportive person if you do have that person next to you.
Yeah. Well, so I knew Daniel since high school. We swam together, and in high school, Daniel was just this really, really skinny kid. And I walk into the gym today, I haven't seen him since high school, and all of a sudden this big bodybuilder, ripped guy comes up with his shirt off, sweating, freaking killing it. I'm like, Daniel, is that you? And here we are today.
Yeah.
So how much weight have you put on of muscle?
Just say about 100 pounds.
100 pounds of
muscle. When I graduated high school, I was probably 150, 160 at 6'2".
Wow.
Now I weigh about 250, 260.
Wow. How long did it take you to get here?
Realistically, since high school, so about 5-6 years.
5 or 6 years, yeah.
So I started out of high school. I just kind of started focusing on training and being just aesthetically looking nice.
Yeah.
But then after you have to buy all in. When people say, oh, it's just a sport, no, it's more of a lifestyle.
Yeah.
I wake up at usually 6:30. I do my cardio. I drink my protein shake, and then I either go work out or I eat again. After that, then life happens, right? You have to go to work, and then you go back to the gym.
Wow. That's crazy. So yeah, how many hours a day are you in the gym?
It just depends. I wouldn't say hours in the gym because I kind of have a gym in my house too.
Okay.
I do my cardio and stuff like that there. So just say about 30 minutes at my house, and then about an hour and a half, 2 hours each day, before and after work most of the time.
So this is a lifestyle progression.
Yeah, like
Man.
I said, it's a lifestyle, so no wife, no kids or anything like that, so it kind of gives me the free time, but when that ever does happen, obviously, priorities will change.
Yeah, this is what you do, this is your passion.
Yeah.
Man, so to give people a frame of reference, how much do you eat a day?
I eat 6 or 7 times a day.
Okay.
With one protein shake as a meal, essentially.
Okay, and how many calories is that equal to? Do you even know? A crap ton.
Right now, I have a show in about 12 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'd say about 4,000 calories right now. When I'm bulking, it's probably about 7,000 to 8,000.
7,000 to 8,000. How do you eat that much, man?
Sometimes you gotta wake up in the middle of the night to get it down.
Are you serious? You wake up just to eat a meal and you go to sleep?
And then you go back to sleep.
Dude. And you do cardio every day?
Cardio every day.
And you split up between muscle groups? What?
Yeah, so I have my splits, like usually Monday and Wednesdays are legs.
Okay.
Just because a lot of guys out there don't train legs, but if you want to be proportionate.
Yeah.
And I've seen the biggest growth when I did start training my legs. When I was young, I was like, man, I don't want to do that. That stuff
Like
sucks.
suck.
It hurts. But after a while, when I started training my legs, my body went to a different level. Tuesdays are usually back, Wednesdays are chest, and Thursdays is shoulders, and then Fridays is a touch-up day of everything.
Touch up? Okay, what do you mean by touch up? Just hit a little bit?
Basically, just to burn the glycogen. So
Okay.
everything's usually a pump. So it's a couple supersets of everything. You know, you'll touch up your hams, your quads, your chest, your biceps, and things like that, and you'll kind of just get a pump to burn it out. And it's kind of a quick session, and then you'll hit some sprints to get it done.
Dude, that's just freaking legit. Do you take a day off?
Sometimes Saturdays.
Yeah.
So I would say Saturdays I usually work a lot because I am in the car business.
Yeah.
So it's an all-day event. So
Mhm.
Saturdays are usually my day off from the gym, but Sundays I usually go from church, the gym, and then life.
Yeah. Man. Before we go on to into your personal life and how this all came about, why do you love bodybuilding so much?
In all honesty, I think it has to do with accountability.
Okay.
Right, so I tell skinny people, big people, or even overweight people, you know, it's not an overnight thing.
Yeah.
And if you can see a light at the end of the tunnel, I think you'll be successful. And it's constant work. So there's not a day that I can say, oh, well, I don't feel like it or this and this, because everyone's human, right? There's days that we don't feel like getting up and going to the gym. But just the accountability of you need to do this, this, and this, and that. And I hate to say this, and it may be cliche, but if you want to be successful, you're going to have to learn to lose sleep.
Yeah, absolutely. How much do you sleep at night?
It just depends.
It depends on your workout, huh?
It just depends how late I get home from the gym or how early I get up in the morning.
Dang.
So usually like 6-7 hours most of the time.
Okay, man. So you spend a crazy amount of time in the gym. You spend a crazy amount of time eating and cooking,
Yeah.
right? And then you also, what do you do for work?
I'm actually a finance director in the car business.
Okay, go into a little bit about that.
So when I was like 19, 20, I started selling cars.
Okay.
I did that for a little bit and became a sales manager, and then got in the finance world. And been doing it ever since. I've moved up pretty quick in the car business to be 25 and a finance director. It's
Wow.
kind of a big deal in the car industry.
Well, that's a huge deal.
Yeah, so, but I think it correlates to, I go back to the bodybuilding part.
Yeah.
It correlates to the accountability.
Mhm.
Because when you look good, you feel good.
Yeah.
So one thing about it in the car business, you can't be scared to ask for the money.
Yeah.
And I'm not scared just because most of the time if I walk in the room, they're going to know you're walking in with confidence to ask for the money.
Yeah. Man. And so you're a pretty good salesman. You must have killed it
Yeah.
over time. And did you see your confidence and your sales increase over time as you became more successful in the gym?
Yes.
Really? That's cool. That correlates.
They correlate just because, like I said, you're fearless. And when you're fearless, and then you believe in the thing you're doing, just like if you're believing in yourself in bodybuilding.
Yeah.
If you believe in and you're selling and they're listening to you, then they'll most of the time buy from you.
Dude, that's just cool. That's a good lesson too to throw that in there about sales. So fitness affects everything in your life.
Yeah, just think about, I think the top 30% of the gross income in America are in sales.
Yeah.
Half of those people, I guarantee you, they look a certain way. Because even though they're selling a monetary value, they're really selling themselves.
Yeah. Dude, man, that's just so cool. It's cool to see the difference. I'll put a picture on Instagram and stuff of when I used to know you and today.
Yeah.
And the difference is staggering. You're super successful, and you seem to love your life, right?
Yeah, it's definitely humbling. So and one thing about me is I don't like to showboat or anything like that. I'd never post pictures of the cars I drive or the house I live in, just because at the end of the day, it's my business, right? I work hard and I play hard too, but I try to be humble as possible, because God can give it and He can take it away real quick.
That's for sure.
I will say that.
Snap, right?
You know, so I do thank the Lord that He's made me become the person I am and made me successful.
Yeah. Does faith play a lot into your life?
Oh, yeah, it does. It's funny because I always tell people, you know, everybody in bodybuilding wants a pro card. Everybody wants to go to the Olympia or this and that, but faith without works is dead.
Yes.
You know, you can have all the faith in the world, but if you don't put the work in, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And God He'll give you grace through chaos. You know, life happens to many different people.
It
And
does.
I understand people are like, well, I don't have the time to work out, or I don't have the time to do this and that. But if you make the time, anything will happen.
Yeah.
I always believe that if you make the time for something you want, then you'll do it.
Absolutely. So on those days where you don't want to get up, you don't want to go to the gym, what do you tell yourself to make yourself get out of bed and go?
Somebody out there wants the same thing you do. So it's either they're going to work harder than you or you're going to work harder than them.
You won't be at work, period.
No.
That's so cool, man.
There's one thing about bodybuilding. It's good to be gifted, and I think I have great genetics.
Yeah.
And being gifted, but there's no substitution to hard work.
Yeah.
Because there's another guy in a different gym right now busting his ass just like me.
Yeah. You earned everything you got, right?
Yeah.
That's freaking awesome, man. And when you're at the gym, I have a lot of people, they'll get to the gym and then they'll be like, oh, this is awful, I'm so demotivated, and they leave early. What do you think about when you're at the gym killing it?
Once again, that guy's working.
That guy's working, so you're always working towards that
That
guy.
guy's working. So one thing about it too is, I don't focus on beating other people. I focus on beating myself.
Okay.
Because as long as I get better and better each time, then the outcome will be what the outcome will be.
Yeah.
What's due to you will always come to you if you work hard for it. And don't worry about everyone else. It's like counting someone else's money.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you were on this process, I know bodybuilding comes slow, right?
Oh, man.
How did it take you to start seeing results on your journey?
Realistically, maybe like the first year or two.
Yeah.
Like from the time I was 18 to maybe 21, I was like maybe 180 to 190 to 200 in that range, so the 21 range.
Yeah.
When I became 21, I got to that 225, 230 range. I moved to Houston for about a year and a half to 2 years for a job in finance as well. And then I hit about 265, 270 to be my biggest weight possible. So once again, it's not an overnight process. People always see me as like, man, you're huge.
Yeah.
You're just seeing me now, but you weren't seeing me when I was busting my ass every day in the gym to get to where I am now.
Yeah.
It just takes time. So I was literally looking at a picture from like 2013 on my Instagram the other day, and I was still like 180 pounds, 160 pounds to now.
Yeah.
So people are like, whoa, what happened? What was the switch? Your mindset.
Mm-hmm. How do you continuously work on that mindset?
I guess I strive to be better and better each day.
Yeah.
So a lot of people with life, you can say life, relationships, and a lot of things in life, they can be content in life. But I always strive to be better and want more.
Okay. Every day you focus on that.
Yeah.
You get up.
If you can focus on being a better person and doing better each day, I think it will be one step ahead. To me, as just like I said, a Christian, and the way I was raised, our parents raised us a certain way, but to be better than them, to give to our children, I think is the most important thing in my life.
Wow. On that journey, I'm sure you hit several plateaus. When you hit that plateaus, how did you overcome it?
Eat more.
Eat more? That was it?
If you want to get big, you have to eat really good.
Yeah. Well, tell me about, do you meal prep? How does that work?
Yeah, so Sunday's usually my meal prep days. Sunday's usually meal prep. If not, then I'll try to use this company, Diet Prep Kitchen.
Okay.
Or if I don't meal prep, I'll literally just get chicken, rice, and Chipotle, and that's it.
You just get chicken and Chipotle?
Chicken and rice. I'll make sure they measure it out with a cup, stuff like that, and then just roll with it.
Dude, that's such a rock star, man. You just eat all day.
Something like that.
Man. So for people who are just getting into the bodybuilding world, what would you tell them or advice you would give them?
The biggest advice I think I'd give someone to start beginning to either work out or start thinking about bodybuilding, number one, look at the reason why you're truly doing it. If you're looking for the affirmation of other people, don't do it.
Okay.
I don't do this to get an applause or anything like that from any other people. I do this for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's number one. The next thing is, it's not an overnight process. Slow down to speed up and you'll be okay.
Slow down to speed up. Can you go into that for a second?
I use it in the core business too, so it's funny. If you slow down to speed up, you'll be okay because, like I said, it's not an overnight thing. If you take it day by day, because realistically, I always tell people, if any kind of fitness thing, it's going to take 4 weeks just for you to see a change in your body if you're consistent.
Yeah.
It's going to take 6 to 8 weeks for your friends and family to see a difference.
6 to 8. So 4 for you, 6 to 8 for them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because you look at yourself every day in the mirror. I know I do. I know it's bad to say this.
That's not bad.
But I look at myself every day in the mirror. So for the changes, you'll see little changes and things like that. But once again, it takes a long time because you're either at that point in your life where you want to make a change to get big or want to make a change to get small. But at whatever point you're at, just like if you're overweight, you didn't get overweight overnight.
Yeah.
Just like you're not going to change that overnight.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the biggest thing is trusting the process and being consistent in it.
Dude, that's some truth. What else would you tell them? Or is that about it?
I think the biggest thing is doing it for you.
Yeah.
Don't do it for a spouse or your boyfriend or girlfriend wants you to work out or look a certain way because you're not going to do it full-heartedly.
Mm-hmm.
once again, bodybuilding is the most selfish sport because it's all about you.
Yeah.
It's a lot of time from meal prepping to working out to posing. It's you. And you're gonna fail.
Yeah.
I always go back to the revert to Ronnie Coleman. He lost for so many years and then became the greatest bodybuilder in the world. He kept losing, but he kept working.
Yeah.
And if you have that mindset, you can be unstoppable.
He didn't give up no matter what.
He didn't give up.
Man, and that's you.
Yeah.
You're on your way, man, right? You haven't quit.
No.
And you're about to go pro, right?
Yeah. If God says the same, man, I have a show December the 14th. It's a Battle of Texas.
Battle of Texas.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's actually one of my opposing coaches' shows. Her name is Sheila Brown. So I'll do her show. They go to nationals early next year and go for my run at the pro card.
Dude, congratulations in advance. I know you're going to kill it.
Thanks.
If it's okay, I want to go into some details about your program, how it works, right? So I know a lot of people want to know, what is bodybuilding really? And so I want to start with talking about like supplements. What supplements do you take? Do you take any? How do you make that all happen? Or do you sponsor any?
So I actually do have a sponsor. It's through Line 1 Nutrition.
Okay.
There's things called SARMs. They're not pro hormones or SARMs. So there's like muscle building SARMs and things like that. Obviously protein. And the biggest thing I tell people is the food.
Okay.
There's no drug out there that's going to substitute food.
Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. That's what it is. Straightforward.
It's pretty straightforward.
Okay.
You can take all the things in the world to the people that think, oh, this guy takes steroids or this and that. It's still not magic.
Yeah.
I can give anyone some steroids and they can get fat if they don't put the work in. You got to work twice as hard, do double the work and anything like that.
Yeah, you got to earn it.
You got to earn it.
Period, no matter what. Dude, I freaking love that. If someone did want to, I want to give you a shout out here. Do they have a QR code or some kind of code they use if you want to buy supplements from you?
If you guys want to use the supplement line through Line 1 Nutrition, my code is McGee15.
Okay.
And you'll receive 15% off.
Okay, I'll put that in the show notes. So if you want to go and get some awesome protein from Daniel, and it's the best because he sponsors it, well, I'll put that in the show notes. You can use that.
Yeah, for sure. They have protein, SARMs, T-shirts. They have BCAAs that are really good. They have a new basal burn if you're actually looking to lose a little weight. And then they even have like a sleep pill that works pretty good.
And that code will get them 15% off on anything.
Yeah, 15% off on anything if you do want to use that code.
Okay, awesome. Little shout out there. A little bit on your journey. So when you're talking about working out, you're here hours and hours a day. Do you have any favorite exercises, or do you find something that like this is really gives me a good pump or something like that?
I think my favorite exercise or my favorite movement is my back.
Really?
My favorite body part is my back, just because that's where shows are won, is what they say.
Really? Go into that. I don't know a lot about the bodybuilding world.
So you look at Phil Heath, you look at Ronnie Coleman, you look at Jay Cutler and all the pros that have won the Olympias. They usually win from their back.
Okay.
So what they say in the bodybuilding world is you win from your back because it's something you can't see. You can see your biceps, you can look at them, you can see your chest, your pec, your abs, and your legs and your quads, but you can't see your back, so that's where a lot of people don't focus on. And to have a big back, you definitely need genetics, I will say. Right? Genetics do help.
Yeah.
And a small waist, because that's what they look. That's what they look at, is a V taper.
Okay. Wow. So we got supplements, we got your workouts, and now something that a lot of people don't know about is you said you have a posing coach.
Yes.
Can you go into that?
Okay, so I do have a posing coach. So you can have the best body out there.
Yeah.
But if you don't know how to pose, you're not going to win.
Okay.
You have to be graceful, and what Sheila always says, you need to make it look sexy.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, bodybuilding is an art. So posing is, I think it's 80% of the win, because I've seen guys have better bodies, and like, dude, I thought he should have won, but if he can't pose, he's not going to win.
Wow.
Because in the bodybuilding world, stage presence is a big thing.
Okay. How many poses do you have?
You have your mandatory, so you have your front relax, your back relax, front double bicep, your back double bicep, your side chest, your side tricep, and then you have your side relax on both sides. So you could say about 8, and then most people have routines.
How often do you practice posing?
Every time, most of the time I'm in the gym.
Really?
Yeah, and then when it gets to show season, I go see Sheila like twice a week.
That's awesome. That's cool. A lot of people don't know that you spend all this time in the gym and working with the other side is opposing.
Yeah.
How do you show them your progress, right?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. So most of the time, like Instagram's a big platform for a lot of people and things like that. And it's funny because I actually hate taking pictures.
Really?
I hate it.
Why is that?
I don't know. Most of the time, okay, man, you look big or this and this, or when I go see people, they're like, man, you're huge. You look way different than on the picture.
Yeah.
You know, because I tell people all the time, everyone looks good in a picture until you're up to someone else that looks good.
And then it's real.
And then it's real.
Then it's real.
And then
you're not playing anymore.
So those are the comparisons. You can see all these people on Instagram that are Instagram models and things like that, but a lot of that stuff's edited or photoshopped as well. So
Daniel McGee's real. You don't play.
Hey, when the lights are on, it's showtime.
Oh, for sure. And then you really see who's the best.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. If you could take, let's just say, 3 things from bodybuilding that anyone can relate to and learn from, and tell the audience about it, what would they be? It's a hard question.
3 things. That is a pretty hard question, but 3 things. I think number 1 is patience.
Okay.
You know, coming from me, I'm the most probably impatient person in the world. You know, as humans, we're all about, especially millennials, they want instant gratification.
More now.
We all want now. Like, I want this change now. So bodybuilding has definitely taught me patience and time to grow because if you think about any great bodybuilder, they usually hit their peak in their early 30s.
Okay. Early 30s. So they just worked from a time they were early teens all the way up to then to win.
Because that's when your testosterone levels are the highest and the best, most likely, and then you have that muscle density and maturity.
Okay. Can you go into that a little bit?
Yeah. So it's funny because my last show, I felt like I should have placed a lot better, and I know I should have contingent on a couple pro judges I've talked to, but all the guys that I competed against were a lot older. So they were looking at muscle density and lines and things like that and fullness. So it's a big thing when it comes to bodybuilding to have dense muscle.
Wow. That's cool. How does dense muscle, if I'm looking at a muscle, how does dense muscle compare to, say, a new muscle or not?
Okay. Dense muscle is going to look aged. Think about steak. Okay. You're going to see lines in it. You look at new muscle, you're going to see fullness. You're not going to see much vascularity. You're not going to see denseness. Right?
Okay. That makes sense.
So I think that definitely, once again, it goes with patience.
Yeah. Okay.
And I always tell people it's a marathon, not a sprint.
It's been a long marathon for you so far, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got patience. What else? 2 more things.
The next thing I think in bodybuilding is I take this kind of, I wouldn't say personal, but I think it's a big thing with people thinking that you're a big person, or you may be a tool or an asshole or this and that. Strong people help other people get strong. Yeah. Because at one point, I know I wasn't the biggest guy in the gym, but now most of the time, if I walk in when I am. So to help someone else out if they need help, if they're doing it wrong, just to go help somebody if they need help, or just spot them, or be a kind person.
Yeah, give some advice or something.
Give some advice. Just because I know for a fact if you were in that same situation, you wouldn't be treated like that.
It's true. That's a good thing.
Because a lot of people come into gyms with a bunch of insecurities and things like that. But I will tell you this, most bodybuilders are the biggest critics of themselves.
Really?
If they weren't, they wouldn't be in the fucking gym.
That's true. That's very true. They wouldn't live there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And last but not least, I'd say for people that are just getting in this and a word of advice, I go back to doing it for yourself.
Yeah.
I stick with that because I tell people all the time, and it's pretty funny I say this, but you can fix a body, you can't fix a heart.
Oh, that's heavy.
If you do this for yourself and you genuinely love to do it, then do it for you and not anyone else, because it's just like a guy or a girl. I could get anyone in shape, but you can't fix a dark-minded person or a negative person or anything like that.
Yeah, that shows through no matter what.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Wow, that's some good information. So, a little bit more about you. You're into financing. What dealership do you work at?
I'm the finance director of Richardson Dodge.
Richardson Dodge. Okay, so if they should buy a car, they should come to Richardson Dodge to buy one, right?
Yeah, you can definitely come see me.
Talk to Daniel McGee. He's the man. He'll hook you up.
I'll definitely take care of you guys any way possible.
Okay.
Good credit, bad credit, no credit. As long as you have cash and a job, I'll most likely get you approved.
I like it. That's awesome. We're entering the edge of our podcast, but this is kind of a free-for-all. So you can say anything you want. What do you want people to take away from this or from you, or something you've learned recently that you'd love to share with people?
I guess the takeaway part would be, I don't know why I keep going back and reverting to it. Do it for yourself.
Okay, that's a big thing.
Life's too short to sweat the small stuff. People die. People come in and out of your lives, and if you're not truly happy, why are you living?
Yeah.
You know, money doesn't buy happiness. I've seen rich people kill themselves.
Yeah.
So if this is what truly makes you happy, or you doing something that you're really passionate about, just do it from the heart.
Do you have how did you learn that lesson about not sweating the small stuff? Do you have a personal story with that?
Being patient, being impatient.
Okay.
I used to always get so mad about if something didn't go my way. If it was in my family life, relationship life, or work life, or whatever it was, I used to just get so worked up on just small shit.
Yeah.
And one of my dad's friends that I trained, he said, dude, quit sweating the small shit.
Yeah.
It's not that important. He said, why would you worry about something that you can't control?
That's
because a lot of things are out of your hands. So if you don't worry about the small stuff and really focus on getting better and better each day, then you'll be a better person.
Yeah, dude, that's amazing. So if someone wants to get in contact with you and they want to talk to you about financing or the gym, or how should they reach you?
You can reach me at MPC McGee.
Okay.
I'm on Instagram. I don't even get on Facebook or any other social media platforms and things like that.
Okay.
Most of the time, my social media platform is Instagram and things like that.
Okay.
If I don't know the number, I'm probably not going to answer the phone, just because I get a lot of phone calls from different banks and things like that. So that's probably the best way to get a hold of me.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, Daniel.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.